Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live once again on CyberGamer TV. It is the Premier League brought to you by Mwave, Netgear, Logitech, AK Racing, Turtle Beach, and Plantronics. And we've had 3 great games tonight. This is our 4th and final game. You can see it right there on screen right now. It is Jam Gaming versus Alpha Sydney. My name is Crisis, and I'm joined once again out of Perth, WA, Biza. Good evening, Biza. And have you been enjoying some RocketLeague tonight or what?
Yeah, it's been a really exciting night. The first 2 matches of the night absolutely gone gangbusters, mind-blowing, dominant plays, and really showed us what the top league could play. The last one, well, it was set for a spectacle, but we got a little bit of a wayward push out from the boys of another one, showing how dominant they are. But we're definitely set up for another one for tonight. This could also blow out, but it could also be close. Alpha Sydney with a lot to play for tonight. But we're going to have the hashtags go out for our calls. Let's go through the team lineups tonight. Jam Gaming, Reva Schmevel, the Nugget, ranked number 2 on the power rankings, if I'm correct.
Yes.
They're taking out the first, and the boys, if you didn't know who those guys were, they were the old Valiant, or Red Bull gives you aerials in their own team name. And a little bit of a play, they 5-0'd the last match in the first one. So that's Jam Gaming side, Crisis.
So tonight is actually going to be the first time that Jam is going to be on CyberGamer TV. Last week they had a scheduling change. They needed to play the game early as we head on into the game right now. Yeah, so this is the first time they're on. They got a 5-0. Jam was thickly spread over Space Animals last week. So Alpha Sydney, ranked 6th in the Oceanic region, they're going to have a lot to play for to stop the momentum of Jam.
So on the other side, we've got the Alpha Sydney as the boys quickly join up. We've got the Richard Lover, Dumbo, and Chorfing, and it's the real Dumbo. They lost their last match, and that was a 0-5, which is interesting to see. They're formerly known as 0.1 hit ratio, but Alpha Sydney tonight, they've got a lot to play for as we get underway here on this match here, Crisis.
All right, big shout out to Jam as an organization. Look at those icons or the avatars next to Reva, Nugget, and Schmevel. And a big shout out to Alpha Sydney as well, also wearing the matching avatars and tagging up together as well. Not a sure thing. Richard Lover and Dumbo. And this is the real Dumbo as Nugget from Jam opens the accounts tonight for this game. Hashtag spread the Jam for sure. He gets up into the air, and that really is actually quite a simple goal for players of this caliber, Biza.
It is, and we've got a couple of shout-outs. One from Arno for 4K. Jam Gaming 3-2 to Alpha Sydney. So that was Penor, who's that one. I recognise his screen. Another one from Jam Bentley. First time watching the Pro RocketLeague. Let me tell you, it's the most exciting thing I've ever seen. So shout out to him. And shout out to the Humsbra, one of the admins doing his stuff. Let's go. All the Jam boys, take my energy. So there it is, boys. You want your shout outs. There it is, the hashtag CGPLRL. Get on Twitter, get hashtag, and get some.
Get some indeed. We're with Dumbo at the moment. The real Dumbo has stood up, and we're going to look to see for a superb performance from him tonight. Kawhi Nekawaifu, a pinch on the wall, sending the ball flying across the face of the blue goal. Reva is there to pick it up on the right-hand side and try and control the ball. It's still in the blue zone. Up into the air goes Richard Lover, and he gets a good touch to it. The ball doesn't get cleared out, though, because Nugget is there. This is great interchange play from Jam Gaming to keep the pressure on, Biza.
Well, I'll tell you who's changed his name. The good old Richard Lover. We all know him as
Don't say it.
Lover that no. There's something the whatchamacallit Lover. Whatever you want to, we can't say it. But it's good to see, and it's a shot off from the Dumbo. Even the score's up, and let's just quick have a look because I was a little bit distracted by the Richard Lover. He's actually set it up for Dumbo, pulled Nugget and Reva out of position. That is actually a good play by the boys of Alpha Sydney. They equal it up, and they step up a gear. This is really good, exciting stuff to start the match here, Crisis.
Yeah, great to see a goal scored in each of the minutes that we've had play as we count down to just going to the 3-minute mark. And again, the pressure on the orange side this time round. We're with Dumbo. He is the goal scorer. He's got another opportunity. Gets a good striker to it. And the power just too hard beats Nugget, who is flying across. Look at that, 137 Ks per hour, Bison.
Oh, my, that's fast. That is fast. He's hit that smack dead in the center, and it's done it very nicely. And must have a shout out to the previous game. Anyone was watching, they're like, why is there a Dumbo playing now? Well, that wasn't Dumbo before. This is the real Dumbo, and he's working his action again into an almost a goal, but hits hop. Richard Lover back for the defense. Reaver with a nice, absolutely dominant whack into the advantage box. But none of the boys at Jam Gaming could capitalise on the score. Reaver's wrapped back around and cleared for his team, chasing it down off the wall. Richard Lover's waiting and anticipating for the hit, but it goes around. Schmooville to the side, wanting to work a little bit of love on his behalf, but he heads wide and can't get the hit. There's Dumbo and the Richard Lover working together. It goes into the defensive Jam, and now they're set up for an attack.
Great play so far from these two teams. Reba with an opportunity. Two defenders go up. Is there a follow-up? Yes, there is, but Dumbo with a halo again picks up the Saviour Award, and that is an absolute outstanding effort on defense under intense pressure from the boys from Alpha Sydney, and now they're right onto the counter-attack. Biza, but it's spoiled. Schmeevel carrying the ball forward. A good little attempt there from Nugget. He's missed twice though. The defenders come through, and Dumbo pulling out all the stops. Biza on attack and on defense tonight.
He seriously has come in on fire at the moment. He's got everything working to his favour. Not a sure thing. Hitting a ball into a nice position. Dumbo with a demo! Can't capitalise on putting the ball in the back of the net, but that was definitely very close. Not a sure thing. Missing the ball. It's been cleared out. And here comes Jan Gaming on the return. Reaver can't convert it. It gets whacked out by the Richard Lover, but a second opportunity for Nugget. It's set. It's dropping. Richard Lover will just deflect it to the side and give him a little bit of a breathing space. Reaver back on point. It will get deflected back out and into an attack for the boys of the Alpha Sydney. It's now heading wide. Schmeeble watching it, stalking it. Dumbo with the clear. And it's just dropping at the moment, Crisis. Both teams having some really good attacking points here.
45 seconds remaining, and the team with the 2 is looking to put a 3 on. Dumbo coming through. What a great performance from him tonight. Gets the interception, rebounds it off the wall, controls his car. It doesn't matter because the angle is a cut right into the goal, and 42 seconds remaining. They're not finished yet, Visor. They're looking to pick up possibly a 4th goal. Jam are just a little bit shaken. There's a shot coming through from the Richard Lover, and that is 4-1 in favour of Alpha Sydney.
Oh my goodness! Look, I'm not going to bag out Reaver, but I'm going to bag him out anyway. He backflipped on the third goal, and he missed it, went over his head, and then he went out for boost. He missed the boost pad and went back around for the second go. And if he got that the first go, he would have been back for the defense. So potentially, Jam Gaming's just let 2 goals slip and let this game slip a little bit. But Schmeebel's gone a little bit high, dropped in front of the goal. Oh, an opportunity for Jam Gaming goes begging. And the second hit from Nugget in the middle gets a little bit of favouritism. Smearble doing a little bit of a hit onto the wall. Reaver's missed it. It's ticking down now as the clock goes. A little bit of clear from Dumbo. Still dangerous as Jam Gaming try to work to put another goal on the board. Not a sure thing. Misses it in the clearance. Smearble sets high as a defensive play. And it drops down. The good rounds go out. And poor Reaver, he'll be a little bit gobsmacked that he let 2 of those goals go for Jam Gaming. But what the surprise is we're seeing here is the Alpha Sydney bringing it on the first game here, Crisis.
Yeah, I mean, let's not put too much on an individual player because the boys in blue, Alpha Sydney, did an excellent piece of play. Dumbo, the standout player there, picking up his hat trick and saving 4 goals. So what an excellent effort from him in reply, or in this opening match from Alpha Sydney, spoiling Jam Gaming. I mean, they are coming off an emphatic victory in their first week, and they have felt their first taste of defeat, their first game dropped in the Premier League Season 2.
Well, it would be really interesting to see how they respond in this one and whether they can put the goal on the first time. We are in game number 2 for the Cyber Gamer Pro League. This is the top pro division where we have the teams Jam Gaming taking on Alpha Sydney. And at the moment, Alpha Sydney have the advantage in the first game. Can they pick up with the first goal? Here they work. Up goes the Reaver, and the sure thing drops a little bit short. And Dumbo doing a little bit of work there to try and work in the favour here, Crisis.
Well, it's ended up in the blue zone after all of that, so Dumbo not quite able to clear it out. The danger is on now, as Not a Sure Thing has a little tete-a-tete in the middle of the field there. The clear is good though, and it's now in the orange zone, up into the air. Dumbo, oh, the bounce just beat him. Not a Sure Thing keeps it there. It's stymied in the corner over there. Reaver with a good touch there beats one of the attackers, but it's still there. No, the cross is there. Nugget is up. It's sitting up, and Dumbo almost with another score, and Jam will be very, very lucky, Bizer, to have kept that out.
Oh, poor Richard Lover. He's going, what do I do? Do I set this? Do I tee it up for Dumbo to slot in? He just blocked him in the end, and Dumbo couldn't convert, but it's back in the attacking half. He pops off the wall. Richard Lover's watching. He pops up as well. This might be a combo play where they work off the top of the crossbar, but it drops short. Not a sure thing. Not enough power, and heads it wide. Jam Gaming with the opportunity to clear, but it's still sitting in that corner, stymieing away. Not a sure thing. Puts it back in. Reaver now clearing for his team. Richard Lover pops it up in the midfield. It drops off the wall. Here comes Nugget setting into the goal mouth, but a little bit slow as Dumbo works around and clears. Just sitting back there. He'll have to get the second opportunity as well. Follows up with a little bit of aerial display, but too powerful to get there. And here comes Jam Gaming with the aerial display. Nugget, not enough time to get there. So not a sure thing. Bates into it. Schmeebel with the second play. Jam Gaming under a lot of pressure right now, Crisis. It seems like all that coming from the Alpha Sydney boys.
Yeah, right now Alpha Sydney on a roll. A shot on goals that's defended with a halo by Nugget. But that has been the threat all day long from Alpha Sydney, picking up a 4-1 victory for the opening game. A lot tighter this time around, Bizer, but nevertheless, you just don't get the sense that Jam are being very threatening at all.
Well, as you say that, they almost convert. Schmeebel a little bit aside. Wall bang hits into some action for his team, but it's been cleared. And yes, at the moment they're not looking threatening, but they're starting to turn up the juice and starting to get their shots on. It's the passing game they need to sort out at the moment. Schmeebel pops it up. Up goes both Jam, Nugget and Reaver, but they're both missing. Out comes the Richard Lover. Pops it to Dumbo. It's a shot on goal. It's smoothing. Reaver with a backward save. Lovely play by Reaver and Jade Gaming keeping themselves still in it. We're still deadlocked in 0, and it's about time they start putting some pressure on here, Crisis.
And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They've got it into the blue zone, and who needs pressure when you can score goals as soon as you arrive? Schmeebel, the striker, picks up a great cross off the back wall from Reaver, and good power on there, maybe middle of the road, 100 k's per hour. But that's all that he needs, and that is 1-0 in favor of Jam Gaming. They're on the board, and with a minute and 40 remaining, a tight game this has been. Maybe one goal is going to be all that they need to get the momentum into their favor and take the second game.
Let's see if Alpha Sydney can come back, but it's an opportunity from Nugget. It's the goal post. It bounces out. Wow, that was going to be a second one for the boys of Jam Gaming and take it 2-0, but it's been wrapped around and they're back in defense. Richard Lover with a little hit off the wall. Dumbo almost, it's there. Richard Lover with a second touch. It's bouncing back and forth, but it's in for the goal.
What?
Nicely done from the boys.
The control by Richard Lover, look at him. He was on the wrong side of the ball. He gets himself up, boosts and gets onto the right side, the softest of touches. Guides the ball in, and they're right there evening the scores now with Jam Gaming, and it looks like that one goal is not going to be enough, Bizer.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good return from... Oh no, it's the second one! Wow. Schmeevel Knievel has a shout out from the Bumdog Millionaire in the Twitch chat. He is going off at the moment. It's with the saves and the scores. He's keeping his team in it. The other two boys are going to get moving. They're going to work well and get in front here at the moment. It's locked, and all the pressure is out for Sydney. Not a sure thing. Puts it in and makes it a sure thing. That's my favourite saying. I like to say that all the time. That is from the centre as well, so it's a lovely touch. 65k an hour. Rubbing a little bit of salt into the wounds of Jam Gaming. They're down once again, Crisis. And what started as a really positive start for Jam Gaming has got them back into the negative territory.
Yeah, the cheats is a possibility there, but not a sure thing. Gets himself up into the air just in time to stop it. Reva with a crosses reply. The reply comes through from Dumbo. Now the ball's sitting for an age before Reva comes through to take it or challenge the defenders. Great work from Not a Sure Thing. Gets a halo in a direct contest. And then the crossbar, the MVP on defense for Alpha Sydney, keeping Jam Gaming out. And with 14 seconds to go, it's looking ever more sure that the 2-0 in the series is going to be up for Alpha Sydney. Just a few seconds to go. Sorry, Biza, as the ball floats over. This is an opportunity for the equalizer. But again, great defense from Richard Lover keeps him out. And it is 2-1, the victory in favor of Alpha Sydney. And 2-0 in the series in their favor too.
Wow. It's look, we expected Alpha Sydney to come out and play a really good Rocket League, but we also expected Jam Gaming to be dominant and really competitive in terms of the defensive structure and the plays. But right now, they're struggling at the moment. And credit to Alpha Sydney. They had a really tough game last week. This week, they're bringing it to the arena, and it's really good stuff to see.
Yeah, doing a great job in the interim. Wonder what they did in their scrims to turn things around in the way that they did. Well, it is now time for Jam Gaming. If they were ever going to get start to turn things around, now is the time to do it. They have one more game to spark a reverse sweep, and that is how you do it. They start off 3-second goal off the center there. And it's just a very simple cheat from Schmeevel. Great angle there. And they are 1-0 up. Jam Gaming on the way.
Okay. Maybe I'm seeing stuff, but it looks like he cut it into one of the players and deflected in.
Oh, maybe he did, yes.
I don't know. Maybe it was just a really good cheat cut. But it's nevertheless, it's a good start by Jam Gaming. It's where they need to be. And to put a couple more on, because we know the boys at Alpha Sydney can score and put goals in back of the net. So right now, Jam Gaming have to work out the defense. Dumbo doing a little bit of tidy work in the corner. Richard Lover following up. Wood Pop now getting a little bit dangerous. Nugget comes out to clear. He wants to follow this up. Richard Lover missing as well. There's an opportunity. Goes a little bit wide and cleared from Dumbo, saving his team from having a goal scored against him. The second one, Schmeevel's wrapped it but missed it. Richard Lover working to the side as well. Here comes Nugget. It's popped up. It's dangerous. Flying is Rover. Deflection coming from Dumbo. Lovely halo there as the Schmeevel pops it back out. And here's an opportunity for Nugget. He pops it as well. There's no one coming in for the third touch. Good play by Jam Gaming right now, Crisis.
Yeah, the defensive structure of Alpha Sydney maybe just a little bit rattled after dropping that early game, but they've tightened things up a little bit. So Jam Gaming are attacking very powerfully, but the defenses of the boys in blue are holding secure. At least for the moment. 3 of them went up. Oh, that's dangerous. It's going to hit the crossbar. And good anticipation by Richard Lover. Gets the deflection and spoils the follow-through slam dunk that was not to be in the end. Back into the orange zone now. Alpha Sydney have been here several times tonight. Scored a bunch of goals. But this time, it's not going to be. The orange team clears it out, Biza.
Nugget following, wrapping the wall, setting something up for his team. Dumbo with a clear. That was potentially going to be a goal just off the play by Nugget. He's fine and he's got the opportunity to set. He puts it down, second following through. No one, it's the boys of the Alpha Sydney team clearing and heading into the attack they go. Schmeevel with a clearing save, follows with the second touch, makes the third effort. Can he get the fourth and set for his team? He's working it, just goes past Dumbo clearing to the side, but Rivers right on top. There's an opportunity for Jam. Richard Lover with a scruff of his neck, saves the ball from a goal from Jam Gaming, and now it's their turn to set up and go. He pops off the wall.
Dangerous.
Not a sure thing. Not up high enough, and it is very dangerous at the moment here, Crisis.
Yeah, that little crossover there, well read by Nugget. You got a touch to it, but no, the turnaround is there. Oh, despite the dangerous play in front of their own goals, they get it out into the midfield and get a good touch on it. Not a sure thing with the fake, and Richard Lover scores the goal in the end. They're beating just the one defender who was back there. That has evened up the scores yet again, and haven't we been here before, Biza, between these two teams?
Oh, this is interesting to see how they go about it. And that's what I was saying. Jam Gaming get the first goal. They need to get a couple more goals on the scoreboard. They need to look at a man and Schmeeble and Reba to work their magic at the moment. It's the Richard Lover in the attacking half. Both of the players for the Upper Sydney go at it, and back goes Richard Lover for his defense, but it's not coming quickly. Schmeeble's playing around a little. He pops, it goes high. It's dangerous and into a nice position. Nugget. That's an interesting play. He's worked it backwards instead of forwards, but none of the boys at Jam Gaming are reading that play, and it's now back into an attack for Alpha Sydney. Out comes Shorefing to the side. Nugget on top of that, hits it back out with a second follow-up. Doesn't hit it. Richard with a little tap. Still sitting in this corner. Reaver now putting it out to the centre, back onto a switch to the other side. Oh, crisis. This is some absolutely mind-blowing stuff. Working around, the boys are not getting the clear hits, but they're certainly clearing it a lot.
Yeah, massive attacks coming from both of the teams, and just nothing sticking for whatever reason, mainly down to, I think, the defenses being so strong from both of the teams. Now, a little miscommunication from Alpha Sydney might let them open the door a little bit for Jam Gaming. The cross comes through, but Dunbar is there, clears it out. Richard Lover picks it up. He looks for the individual effort, and he almost let it float in too easily. There were a couple of defenders who got a very, very close touch to it, but look at that control with the undercarriage, and that is a Jam Gaming top play of the week. If I ever saw one. 1 minute of play remaining on the clock, and Alpha Sydney once again in the lead with 2-1.
I think that was a guaranteed shot, no matter where we hit it. It's on the side of the carriage or on the top. And it's a shot by Nugget. Hits the crossbar. Out comes Schmover with a second. The third hit is there, but it's not on target. And once again, Alpha Sydney are let off. Jam Gaming are not putting in the back of the net, and it's hurting them at the moment. It's 38 seconds left on this board, and they're back into the defense structure. Not a sure thing. Well, he's got the wrong side of the ball there, and it's wrapped back out. Schmeeble's going to want him to pop this, and he's left it for a Richard Lover to have an opportunity. Nugget just saving. Reaver, what happened? He was there for the save, but it didn't happen. But it's been cleared back out once again. And here's to Schmeeble. He's got to work a play here. Passes over to Nugget. It's been called. It's a shot on. It's going in. What a play by Chad. Oh, get some. Have a look at this, Crisis.
Great cross diagonal from Schmeeble, and Nugget picks it up, angles it perfectly into the back of the net. It's 2-2 and the closest game so far of the series, ladies and gentlemen, between these two teams. Jam is not going to go down without a fight. They're 2-0 behind, but this is the time when top teams dig deep, and another shot just goes wide. Richard Lover with a touch there, securing the overtime situation. No, the ball's still up in the air. Reaver gets a touch. The angle is not quite right. It's going to bounce on the side. No, it's still up in the air. Are they going to be able to turn something off this? No. It goes to overtime.
It was so dangerous because they're keeping it up to try and keep a goal opportunity for them. And instead, it actually started to go Alpha Sydney's way, and that could have gone against them and finished them off. So it's really interesting. Jam Gaming got a lot to work, and it's all going to be at the defense at the moment. Here comes Richard Lover with the attack and the opportunity, and they're absolutely finishing off. Have a look. He watches, he stalks. Two players, both teams miss it. Schmeeble, last line of defense. He couldn't do anything. Richard Love calls the GG. The good round goes out by Schmeeble. That is Alpha Sydney. 3 games in a row. They've got the victory. We still have to play the next 2, but wow. Jam Gaming struggling throughout the whole match. Look, they played well to come back in that last game, but it's just a dominant display by the Richard Lover and Alpha Sydney. In fact, the whole damn team very strong at the moment.
You're doing great work, Alpha Sydney. Coming off a loss last week, they lost 5-0. And in contrast,
Yeah, it was
Jam
5-0
with a
last week.
5-0 victory. So Alpha Sydney have put in the hard yards during the week intervening and have come back with their A game tonight. And look at that. Oh, Nugget. What a save from Nugget. That ball skating along the line and almost scoring, but Nugget with the clutch defense there. They have not given up this game just yet. They know that the stats are important as well. And that is an open goal for the Blue Goals. Reva with a touch, but goodness me, they've gone to sleep entirely. And that is another goal that's gone begging.
It'll be interesting to see how they play out these last two. That is Jam Gaming, and whether they come out with a vengeance and go absolutely score hungry and put a lot of goals in the back of the net. So let's see how they play out. Nugget on the side, wraps it into a good position. Smavel with a shot, goes wide. Got to get his target practice on because it's not on right now. Nugget with the side, hitting into an advantage. Richard Lover's got this. He's got a little bit of a dribble play, pops it up. Here comes Dumbo reading it well. It's popped over the second 1-2 play. Oh, it's almost double save for the Reaver. We'll finish. We'll get that out for his team at Jam Gaming. They've just been let off there because that was all out for Sydney with the most dangerous play we've seen all night.
Yeah. Not really sure what's going on at the moment. A lot of whiffing of the ball going along by players. Great little defensive move there from Not a Sure Thing. He passes it on to Richard Lover, who is no stranger to goal scoring. He's carried it all the way through, but then the defense from Jam Gaming has been good. And now the ball cleared out. Schmeebel carrying the ball up, looks to combine with Nugget, but the pop just a little too hard. But don't worry, Nugget will pick up the pieces, and he picks up the goal. And puts 1-0 up for Jam Gaming.
Well, he's been the converter for Jam Gaming tonight. He's reading it well. He got that play off Schmeebel in the last match, and within a second of a pop, he was up there already flying for it. So he's doing really well for his team, and he needs to get the next goal as well. It's going to help his team get to a victory in this fourth one. We all know Alpha Sydney will score goals, and they'll come back. He's up again once again. Nugget just missing it. Oh, I think that would have been a goal in this set. Schmeebel's popped it up. Nugget has to go up. He doesn't have much boost, so he's back down. And now heading is a shot from the Dumbo.
Man, what a great piece of play there. Richard Lover gets up into the air, touches the ball high up. No aerial contest. And Dumbo there to pick it up and control it down onto the ground. Get themselves a goal as well. Once again, the series has been even. Jam Gaming just cannot seem to hold on to any sort of lead in any of the games they play.
Look, it's a credit to Alpha Sydney. As soon as a goal scored against them, they're back on the wagon, they're back setting up, and they even work harder to get the goals, which is really good of them. So Jam Gaming, they're just going to go, right, we'll let that one slip, let's put another one on the board. And they can't let this go. So this is where they need to really improve their game in this map. And in the next one that they play, Richard Lover just stalking that ball, working to the side. Nugget and Reba both reading it well, but it's just the ball little flip arounds with the car, a little bit of car soccer at the moment. As Schmeebel heads to the side, Dumbo with a shot a little bit high, going wide. Nugget will clear for his team. Reba now works to the side. We'll try to get the wall pop, but it hasn't worked for his team. Richard Love pops into the middle. Up it goes. The Dumbo hits it on. Richard Love with a second. They're like this 1-2s crisis. But they're not going to get anywhere as Weber hits that and clears for his team.
Yeah, Schmeebel gets up into the air, gets a touch to it, gets it to the midfield, is looking dangerous right now, but Not a Sure Thing comes through, changes the direction of the ball, and this is something that Alpha Sydney has been very good at tonight, is they'll get the ball and send it in a particular direction, but they'll immediately follow up. Whoa! We'll finish that thought in a moment as Reva in the midfield sees, it's a defensive lapse, really, that he takes advantage of, comes flying forward just outside the penalty box and gets his team back into the lead. And as I was saying, Biza, what the boys from Alpha Sydney keep doing is they'll knock the ball in a particular direction and then immediately follow up with a touch that's enough to change the direction to throw their opponents off.
And that's the difference between the Pro League and the CGI, and you go through down the ranks. These guys, as a goal is scored from Not a Sure Thing, off a drop ball. Finish that forward off in a second. Just have a look how that panned out.
Wow,
Come
three
off
defenders.
the side and all gone for it.
Yeah.
As I was saying, the difference between the legs is the touch and then the quick touch on to move the ball into a different direction, putting off the defensive structures of the other team. That's the way the CGP works, and it's really tough. And you really rely on prediction and where you think the ball's going to go for you to be in the right place, Crisis.
Yeah, so the way to beat the predictions, make sure you keep the ball changing direction unexpectedly. 2-2 is the score line, and Jam Gaming had a smidgen of a lead just for a moment there, but once again they've lost it to Alpha Sydney, who have gotten the equalizer. This is dangerous though. We've got 3 players on attack. The one touch, the second touch, the crossbar, and Schmeebel scores that goal. Well, they'll be pleased with that. Nugget almost got a touch to it as well. And the crossbar almost spoiling things for them.
Schmeebel scores it for his team, and it's nicely done. Let's see if Reba can get, well, in fact, that's actually triples out to every single one of them. So Reba, Nugget, and Schmeebel all contributing to the score factor. They still need to hold off here because it's only one they're in front by. Here comes Reba with the save. There's the Alpha Sydney working into the corner. Out goes Dumbo, flying off top of the roof. He's steady. It's going to a dangerous position. Reba clears out. No one back for the Alpha Sydney. An opportunity for Jam Gaming to capitalise. It's set into a beautiful position. Spiegel in the wrong place at the wrong time. Cannot get himself to work around for a conversion. And Nuggets had to do a little bit of a defensive spoil. It's head back and sitting centre. It's going to drop. And, whoa. Still an opportunity. It's 1 second left. The boys at Jam Gaming will let that drop because they don't want to let the boys at Alpha Sydney fish it off. And they will pick up a round, which is good to say for the 4th game here, Crisis.
Yeah, Jam Gaming will be pleased that they've at least been able to pull back a game, even though they lost the series. And I guess this is the advantage of playing all 5 games of the series, is that, yes, you can have a 3-0 victory in favor of one of the teams, but the other teams have an opportunity to redeem themselves and figure out, well, they've lost the series, but what can they change up to get themselves back into things and maybe start to build a little bit of momentum looking ahead to the next week?
Indeed, as we'll let Crisis ready himself up and get going into the final and last one of the night, the final game that we've got here, Jam Gaming taking on Alpha Sydney. And, well, Crisis, let's just have a little bit of think about Jam Gaming, how they played the opening matches compared to that last one. There was a lot more teamwork there and a lot more fluid passing for them to score more goal opportunities. Is that what they need to do here going forward into the next one and into next week?
Well, one of the things that I thought was a little bit odd speaking some of the players from Jam early on, was they seem to fall into a pattern of waiting for the ball. So, you know, the aggressive get up into the air and strike the ball as soon as you can so that you have control and you dictate the run of play was just not present. And it's absolutely crucial at this level of the game that you bring that to your game. So I would be looking for Jam Gaming to remind themselves that not every team is going to let the ball come to them. And that's great. That's an excellent start to the game. Frenetic passing between the two teams. Reva gets a rebound off the cross post. Richard Lover, you saw him flying past there, but Nugget gets the angle and puts Jam in the lead with a 1-0.
It's also pressure, as we talk about. If you want to convert on goals, you've got to continue to put the pressure on a defense that's not set up. And when you pass quickly, as a shot comes from the Richard Lover, and Dumbo almost sets up Nugget with a saviour in the halo, will get it for his team. He's wrapping it around, does a little bit of a pop, but it's cleared out by the Richard Lover, and back into the attack it goes for the Jam Gaming. But it's just sort of a stagnant pass as the ball now sits. This is dangerous. Here comes Nugget. But Richard Lover, equal to the equation, comes up and clears for his team. It's in front of goal. Dumbo sets for his team, but Reva reads it well, cuts it off. Richard Lover working it, hits a little bit of a jump, pops it into the left side of the goals. It's setting dangerously. Who's coming over the top? It's Dumbo and Reva. Dumbo gets a little bit of action play, but it's heading back into the advantage of Jam's Gaming attacking section as Schmeebel and Nugget try to work it. That's interesting by Nugget. He's hit the wall instead of gone for the goal, and it's set it up for Richard Lover and Dumbo to do some damage. But Reba with a nice save there, Costas.
Yeah, they got very, very close that time, Alpha Sydney, but the breakaway goal is the danger now as the ball gets carried up by Reva, who's certainly picked up his game in these last 2 games of the series. Let's see if it's going to be enough for them to pull back and end up with a 3-2 result instead of 4-1. Nugget flying through there, but the defenders getting in the way. Dumbo with a good defensive move there. Now back on attack as we stick with Reva for a little bit. He's found himself in the goals without a ball to push into it. The shot from Schmeevel defended by Dumbo and stays out. Dumbo with another touch onto it. A bit of a miscommunication there as Richard Lover smacks Not a Sure Thing, then tries to get the pinch. It set it up in the front of the goals as Schmeevel goes up the rebound once, twice, and then it's out to the corner again by and no goal added to the 1-0 of Jam Gaming right now.
It's a bit of pressure from Jam Gaming, but it's jumped back into the defensive side. Here comes Alpha Sydney wanting a shot. Dumbo with the cut, a little bit wide. Not a Sure Thing cuts it wide as well. Oh, opportunity gone begging for Not a Sure Thing, but he pops it up. Richard Lover's up with it. It's dropping. Oh, Dumbo, who's on the wrong side of the goals, really wanted to put that in the back of the net. Now Jam Gaming with the opportunity to capitalise. Smeeble with the pass. Reaper misses it as Nugget just watches the ball go around, hits it off to the side. A nice little clear save for his team, but it's setting an anticipation from Dumbo's done well. Here comes Richard Lover. What is he doing? It's like a triple somersault in front of goal, waiting for the ball, and almost pays off. It drops shot, and here's Gaming Nugget trying to work it back out, but all the pressure coming here from Alpha Sydney.
Yeah, it's a very good run of play for them at the moment. They're playing from behind, and there's the touch. Richard Lover coming through. We'll see if he played for the replay just then as he gets up into the air, gets the spin around, gets a good touch. So I would give him 7 points for those flare, for that 6 points for that flare as he plays to get
10.
6 out of 10. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was pretty simple there.
That was an 8, man.
Oh, you think it was
a
an 8?
bit specky.
Never mind. Well, it's 1-1 right now, neck and neck once again. And Jam keep doing this, Spicer. They keep getting a lead and then they keep giving the lead away. They managed to change the run of play towards the end of the game in the previous series. Will they be able to do so in this game, though?
It's not that they're giving the lead away on purpose. It's just this fragging power of Alpha Sydney, the way they come back from a reset. They're looking, and probably it's the reason why they've got the first 3 rounds early, is because how strong they're attacking from when the ball kickoff is. If it goes more into the round, Gen Gaming look a little bit more stronger, and that's when they convert a lot more.
1 minute remaining, ladies and gentlemen. The game is deadlocked right now, 1-1 at the moment. No one going to be eating donuts tonight as a soft floating ball gifts a halo to Nugget, who gets up and clears it away. Now it's getting carried up. Nugget is still with the solo effort. You can see Reva and Schmeevel lurking in the background there, but it's not to be. Schmeevel has to come forward and try and control the ball, keep it away from the blue zone. He's not successful though. Keep it in the blue zone, so he is actually successful as they maintain pressure, Visor, but aren't able to convert it. It's now pushed out, and the offensive team, Alpha Sydney, now have a chance to get themselves in the lead, but it's not to be.
Possible scenario for overtime here, but one last roll of the dice for Jam Gaming to try and put themselves in front, but Dumbo's picked up the ball in the last ditch attempt. It's dropping with 1 second to go. It's still on the wall. If they keep this up, this could be a potential goal. Smeevel pops it. Here goes Nugget with the shot. Goal. It's the wall. Oh, Jam Gaming wanted it. Couldn't get it. We're into the overtime to the end. And Nuggets and one of the other players, I didn't see who it was, go for the joust off in the centre. It drops. Smeevel with a follow-up, a clear from Dumbo. That was a potential goal for Jam Gaming, but the defence is strong with Alpha Sydney right now.
Yeah, superb defence over there. The boys from Jam almost sealing the deal there. Now it is golden point time. Richard Lover getting the ball carried up, but it's well read by Reva. He gets a great pinch. Sure Thing gets up into the air, gets a good touch to it, but it's there for Nugget, who sets it up. This could be a play to win the game. No, Reva spoiled by Dumbo's contest in the air. Dumbo now controlling the ball, looking to find a player. No, it's up against the wall. Reba with a simple fire towards the goal off of the wall. It's not good enough as it gets cleared out. Now Jam Nugget getting a halo, and in fact the saver from that. Reba now on the defensive duties, gets a good touch to it. The pressure immense right now, Biza, from the boys in blue, but it's finally relieved.
Such a scramble just to get that and keep it in the attacking half. They're back in the defense. Nugget putting a second ditch effort into the goal mouth. It goes wide. Here comes Dumbo. Uses the Octane to its advantage and gets the joust over. He wants to work the second hit, but Schmibble reading it well, hits it back over, follows up the second touch. He wants to third into a goal. It's popped up. Nuggets in the bad position. It's the only one that could really get that is Reba, and he's gone over the top. He has to head back. Nugget doing it well just to hold it up momentarily, but not a sure thing works it, and it gets popped off to the side. Here comes out for Sydney. They want this. They want the overtime goal, but no one else following it. Nugget will run it out into an attack. Works out to the side, but leaves Dumbo to clear it really easy. Richard Lover, he's just popped off the wall there, and it's switched it over, so this might be something for Alpha Sydney to work into. Reva's up, so is Dumbo. It is Jam Gaming with the attack. Nugget with a shot and a goal! Didn't see it coming, but it was that joust of Reba that did it for the boys of Jam. And Nugget, well, he's doing what he does best, follows up the aerial ball and finishes it off. Crisis. A lovely play by Nugget, and a good end for Jam Gaming.